Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Wilsonville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, August 14th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, as I always do, and go through the info with you. So first off, we'll look at active listing activity. So this last week, I show we had 16 homes come on the market in Wilsonville. You can kind of see that's a slight high here for the last 8 weeks. And you can see that we ended the week with 53 homes on the market, which is certainly pretty good sized increase from where we started at 30 listings, and we're up a couple from the prior week. Median list price and the days on market for the active listings, you can kind of see where that's been. Not a huge amount of variability here. We had a high of 730 about a month ago. This last week came in at 689, up from 675 the week prior. And days on market, you can kind of see where that's been. We had a low of 11 here towards the beginning of the period. Got 23 about 3 weeks back. Last couple weeks been right at 17, as we've had some pretty good flow of new listings kind of come on the market to keep this number down a bit. Moving on to the pending sales. So this last week I show we had 12 homes go into pending status in Wilsonville, which is a high as well for the 8 weeks here. And ended the week with 50 homes in pending status, which again you can kind of see as a high for the 8 weeks here. So continuing to see some good sales activity here over the past 8 weeks. The median price and the days on market for the pendings, you can kind of see where that's been kind of trending up here for the most part. Got up to 771 here 2 weeks back. This last week dropped back down to 700 for the median pending price. And then days on market, you can kind of see that's gone from a low of 8 about 5 weeks ago, and it had climbed up to 28, which is where it's been the past couple of weeks. So, things are definitely taking a little longer to get into contract here, as the market has continued to cool here a bit. And then lastly here, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this info together, I show we had 6 homes go from pending to sold this last week in Wilsonville. And you can kind of see where that's been over the, comparatively for the prior 8 weeks, kind of in the middle. And then when I look back over the, prior 4 weeks of activity here on a weekly basis, this last week we had 30 closings over the prior 4 weeks, and that has been rising here over the past couple of weeks, but certainly kind of down from where we started, here in the low 40s. And then the median sold price, days on market for those sold listings, you can kind of see where that's been. Had a high of 650 close to the beginning of the period here. Got down to 585 for a couple weeks this last week. Increased to 620,000 was the median sold price. And then days on market for the solds, you kind of see it's been between 4 and 8, and it's actually decreased back down to 4 here as of this last week. So finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. Definitely some variability here in terms of the weeks of inventory. You can kind of see, 8 weeks ago, we were under 3 weeks of inventory, and it had steadily been rising. It got up to 10 weeks here about 3 weeks ago, 10 weeks of inventory, and this last week's been dropping back down a bit to between 7 and 8 weeks. So this last week came in just above 7 weeks of inventory. So obviously, the definitely cooling down, but with 7 weeks of inventory, that's still very much a seller's market environment, and just not as a out of balance seller's market that we've lived in for so long now. So something a little more normal, I would say. And same thing with the sale price as a percent of the list price. You can kind of see, that got up to, we were at, about 103% here about a month ago, and it's come down to something that's closer to, list price. So you can kind of see the last couple of weeks has been, right at or a little above full asking price. So again, just another sign that things are moderating, but still very competitive out there in terms of asking prices and what things are going for. So hope this another weekly update has been helpful for you. As always, if I can answer any questions or be of any help, don't hesitate to reach out. My number is 503-680-2065. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have about what's happening in the market or your particular situation. So as always, I always appreciate any likes, share any comments, or please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow along on a weekly basis, and be much appreciated. So as always, I thank you for watching, and make it a great day. Thank you.